Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the viewing history through reading. I'm going to continue to read. Southern cities conquered. Then Joshua and all Israel with him moved on from Makkedah to Lebanon and attacked it. The Lord also gave that city and the king into Israel's hand. That city and everything in it Joshua put to the sword. He left no survivors there, and he did to his king as he has done to the king of Jericho. Then Joshua and all Israel with him moved on from Lebanon to Lachish. He took up positions against it and attacked it. The Lord handed Lachish over to Israel. And Joshua took it on the second day, the city and everyone in it. He put to the sword, just as he had done to Lebanon. Meanwhile, Haran, king of Jazer, had come up to help Lachish, but Joshua defeated him and his army until no survivors were left. Then Joshua and all Israel with him moved on from Lachish to Eglon. They took up positions against it and attacked it. They captured it that same day and put it to the sword, and totally destroyed everyone in it, just as they had done to Lachish. Then Joshua and all Israel with him went up from Eglon to Hebron and attacked it. They took the city and put it to the sword, together with its king, its village, and everything on it. They left no survivors, just as the Agadan. They totally destroyed it and everyone in it. Then Joshua and all Israel with him turned around and attacked Deborah. They took the city, its king, and its villages, and put them to the sword. Everyone in it they totally destroyed. They left no survivors. They did to Debir and its king as they had done to Lebanon and its king and to Hebron. So Joshua subdued the whole region, including the hill country, the Negev, the western foothills, and the mountain slopes, together with all their kings. He left no survivors. He totally destroyed all who breathed, just as the Lord, the God of Israel, has commanded. Joshua subdued them from Kadesh Barnea to Gaza, and from the whole region of Goshen to Gibeon. All these kings and their lands Joshua conquered in one campaign, because the Lord, the God of Israel, fought for Israel. Then Joshua returned with all Israel to the camp at Gilgal. Northern kings defeated. Chapter 11. When Jabin, king of Hazar, heard of this, he sent word to Jabab, king of Madon, to the kings of Shimron and Ashshaph, and to the northern kings who were in the mountains, in the Arabah south of Kinnereth, in the western foothills, and in the Nephtoth Dor on the west, to the Canaanites in the east and the west, to the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, and Jebusites, and in the hill country, and to the Hivites below Hermon in the region of Mizpah. They came out with all their troops, and a large number of horses and chariots, a huge army, as numerous as the sand on the seashore. All these kings joined forces and made camp together at the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. The Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them, because by this time tomorrow I will hand all of them over to Israel slain. You are to hamstrung their horses and burn their chariots." So Joshua and his whole army came against them suddenly at the waters of Merom and attacked them. And the Lord gave them into the hand of Israel. They defeated them and pursued them all the way to Greater Sidon, to Misprathas, Main, and to the valley of Mizpah on the east, until no survivors were left. Joshua did to them as the Lord had directed. He hamstrung their horses and burned their chariots. At that time Joshua turned back and captured Hazar and put his king to the sword. Hazar had been the head of all these kingdoms. Everyone in it they put to the sword. They totally destroyed them, not sparing anything that breathed, and he burned up Hazar itself. Joshua took all these royal cities and their kings and put them to the sword. He totally destroyed them, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded. Yet Israel did not burn any of the cities built on their mounts, except Hazar, which Joshua burned. The Israelites carried off for themselves all the plunder and the livestock of their cities, but all the people they put to the sword until they completely destroyed them, not sparing anyone that breathed, as the Lord commanded his servant Moses. So Moses commanded Joshua, and Joshua did it. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord commanded Moses. So Joshua took this entire land, the hill country, all the Negev, the whole region of Goshen, and the west foothills, the Arabah, and the mountain of Israel with their foothills. From Mountain Halak, which rises toward Seir, to Baal-Gad in the valley of Lebanon, below Mount Hermon, he captured all their kings and struck them down, putting them to death. Joshua waged the war against all these kings for a long time, except for the Hittites living in Gibeon. Not one city made a treaty to peace with the Israelites, who took them all in battle, for it was the Lord himself who hardened their hearts to wage war against Israel, so that he might destroy them totally, exterminating them without mercy, as the Lord had commanded Moses. At that time Joshua went and destroyed the Anakites from the hill country, from Hebron, Debir, and Anab, from all the hill country of Judah, and from all the hill country of Israel. Joshua totally destroyed them and their towns. No Anakites were left in Israel territory, only in Gaza. Gath and Ashdod did any survivor. So Joshua took the entire land, just as the Lord had directed Moses, and he gave it as an inheritance to Israel according to their tribal divisions. Then the land had rested from war. List of defeated kings. Chapter 12. These are the kings of the land whom the Israelites had defeated and whose territory they took over east of the Jordan, from the Arnon Gorge to Mount Hermon, including all the eastern side of the Arabah. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.